Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Wednesday, the 25th of March, 2015. Hope you're having a good week. We had an excellent morning on the stock trading and futures trading side on Tuesday. This despite the fact that the market put in very low volume. We'll take a look at that in a moment. We had our worst first hour volume session of the year on the NASDAQ. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. You can see we rolled a little bit. There's no new information here than we've already been talking about. So the S&P cash index down 13 for the session. NASDAQ 100, the NDX down 15, basically filling the gap from back on Friday. Here's the SOX index also filling that gap, down just 6 points. Biotech's down 26, continuing their losses from what is essentially a floating island 2 days ago. It's a real bearish signal for the downside here. Google had a nice day to the upside, up 12 points on Google and basically pushing the highs of the year. Apple lost 52 cents, which is fairly flat. For Apple, here's the VIX up 0.21, not a big deal. Oil closed at $47.51, also not a big deal. No big move there. Gold was up 4.5. Trend gave us a close at 1.53. It's the highest close we've seen in a while on the trend. And here's the NASDAQ volume. NASDAQ volume is currently sitting at 1.49 trillion shares. That's actually up a tick from the day before, which is interesting because the read after an hour was significantly lower. So something happened later in the day. The volume didn't look good even coming into the last hour, so we must have seen some bigger than normal market on close orders to account for that, because we were really tracking for about a 1.3 trillion share day, and that's obviously not enough. You can see that's the lowest of the year if we'd hit that. Anything under 1.4, 1.4 and a half, which is what we got the prior day, just puts us down in like holiday mode territory. Even if you look carefully at this chart, you'll see some days at the end of December. That's the light volume between Christmas Eve and New Year's Day. That's always normal. You see some a down day at the end of November. That's the half day after Thanksgiving and the day before Thanksgiving are both pretty light. To get under 1.4 trillion shares is just really not normal. We also saw at the end of August, that's the summer session for that. Any other days throughout the year, you just don't see. That's kind of the floor, and we're playing with the floor, which is not good from a volume perspective. Let's take a quick look at the intraday action just to see what the markets did here. Here's the S&P futures. We basically opened flat. Initial push was down, tried to push back up, and we're hitting new highs about an hour in, and that was the high of the day. We then rolled and actually got a decent move to the downside, but again, just without volume. And I guess it must have just been steady volume in the late afternoon, because that's the only reason we got the volume number that we did. Here's a look at the NASDAQ side. We had a gap up last week from about that 44.20 level, and so now we're within 4 points of filling that in general. All right, so what do we expect for tomorrow? Well, we got the calls posted already. Nothing new to really talk about. Economic data-wise, we've got the durable orders number. Crude oil inventory is an hour in. That's about it. Not much left for data this week at all. And just keep in mind that next Tuesday, 1 week from right now, is the end of the first quarter of the year already. 2015, moving fast. We'll be in the lab calling it as usual. Charts brought to you by eSignal. Hope to help you make some money. Have a great trading day.